to the LaZerte Library Club podcast. We're your hosts, Basma and Sarah, and we have our guest co-host, Avreet.
Hello, everyone. So today we're going to talk about Pixar. Pixar is a popular animation studio that produces top-quality animated dramedies, many of which have seasoned our childhoods. And today we'll be discussing and ranking some of the most iconic Pixar movies. And just a warning that if you haven't watched any of these, there probably will be spoilers, so watch out for those.
Okay, so we have some rules set up for today. We'll be bringing up each film and briefly explaining the plot. We will then discuss the film, its emotional impact on our lives and on our generation as a whole, the plot, why it's oh so good, and finally ranking it. Each rank is fixed, hence ranks cannot be shifted. If you have any comments, come on down to the library on Tuesdays after school to discuss. You can email Mr. Semenuk or leave a comment on our latest Instagram post, which is at LaZerte_library.
Let's begin.
So our first Pixar film is Toy Story. So a cowboy doll is profoundly threatened and jealous when a new spaceman action figure supplants him as top toy in a boy's bedroom. And this was released in 1995.
So Toy Story, one of Pixar's biggest hits.
Yeah,
its original
definitely.
hits. How do you guys? Does anybody feel a certain way about it?
I mean, I think it was a really good franchise. I just think it kind of dragged on for too long. I think at one point I got lost in the plot.
That's true. Yeah, like it doesn't hold like that much of a meaning for me. I'm not like I was never like too obsessed with it, but it was definitely something memorable. And yeah, as you said, it did drag on for a long time.
It did 4 movies, I believe.
Yeah, I
But
believe
all
so.
of them are ranked high. I thought Woody was pretentious and irritating.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that like none of the characters were super memorable, which is
They
a big
weren't.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, fun fact. So, according to Vino, the first 2 Toy Story movies have a perfect rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and the second 2 have a nearly perfect rating, which I disagree with because I didn't like the second 2 as much, and you guys say they dragged on for a pretty
Yeah.
long time. And also, those weird toys that kid Sid made, those are supposed to be real, like actually manufactured.
Thank goodness there weren't.
I cannot imagine like those would have traumatized my childhood.
No, the kids that would be playing with it.
Oh god.
The parents would not be happy. That's what we're saying. But let's get on with the ranking. Where do we put Toy Story?
Definitely like in the bottom half of it.
I agree. I
The
think
bottom half.
maybe like, at least for me, tell me what you guys think, but 7 is good to me.
I think 7.
Yeah, 7. I agree.
I agree with that 7.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Toy Story at number 7. Next we have Finding Nemo. After his son is captured in the Great Barrier Reef and taken to Sydney, a timid clownfish sets out on a journey to bring him home. Released in 2003.
Okay, so Finding Nemo. I actually really liked it as a kid. I really loved like that Pixar had a new like, you know, it's all about human and stuff, but like fish. It was very different.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed like the plot overall. I think it was really like the adventure that they went on was really like they were intriguing, interesting, and I loved them.
Yeah. I'd say one of my favorite characters, the sharks.
The sharks were
Yeah.
hilarious. I love them.
So funny. Like I don't remember the main character's name, but not Nemo, his father.
Nemo's father.
But I remember that his father was pretty traumatized by the sharks.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
really scary,
But they were so funny.
they were amazing.
I think like this was like definitely an interesting take on like Pixar and having all these like stories, but like this was definitely an interesting one that I think they executed it really well. You know, like they tried something and it worked out well.
They did. How do you guys feel about Dory?
I like Dory. She was funny. She was pretty funny, I think.
She was. The humans were antagonists this time.
Oh yes, which is great to see.
Yeah, which is
I mean, it's great to see as in, you know, people maybe they become more aware of our impact that we have
fish.
on the world and the sea
Yeah.
and the environment, you know?
and like definitely the meaning that they were trying to like since it's directed towards like a kid's kind of age.
Finding Nemo helped the kids, the generation that was growing up with it, build a bit of empathy for animals, right? So, like, not saying that, oh, they're just animals. They don't have any feelings. We can treat them however they want. And no, we can't do that because Finding Nemo taught us that they, too, have feelings and emotions. So, according to Mental Floss, in order to get and look To get the look and the feel of Finding Nemo's characters and the world just right, Pixar's in-house art team was required to take courses and audit lectures in marine biology, oceanography, and ichthyology while enrolling in scuba diving classes. The dedication is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really committed to it.
That's really amazing to see. Actually, I really love seeing like Pixar and their team working like really hard to make it accurate as possible. And I think that's really, really cool that they went the extra step.
Where do we rank it?
It's a great movie, but I feel like there could be like better ones. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like it's not top of the top for me. But
Maybe
it's
Mid?
yeah, it's like
mid.
It's a mid movie out
agree.
of like a lot of them.
I think it's number like 5 maybe.
5?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just above Toy Story.
Just above Toy Story. I think I agree. 5. Finding Nemo.
So the next movie is The Incredibles. While trying to lead a quiet suburban life, a family of undercover superheroes are forced into action to save the world. And this movie was released in 2004. This movie is one that I think I remember more vividly than the other ones. So I definitely have like more of a memory there. And I think it's because I watched it recently and like finding out that it was released in 2004, like is that old?
Yeah.
is a big shock because it feels recent, you know?
Yeah.
I think so too.
It's
Yeah.
around, what, 18 years old?
But it doesn't feel that old.
No, it feels like it was released in like after 2010.
And I think the sequel like definitely helped it like age better.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I
Just
agree
like-
100%.
Reinforce the power of The Incredibles.
They are really incredible.
They truly are.
Pun intended. But no, I also want to bring up that like some of the characters, like I just found myself connecting with some of the, not connecting maybe, but I just admired them so much.
True.
Like I love their powers, like the whole like take on the new kind of superpowers. The superpowers that they had, like you would think that they're superpowers that we've seen before, but they were really unique in their own special way. Like Violet's powers, it's the girl with the dark hair.
Yeah.
I really liked her. Like I really liked
Me
her
too.
powers.
Yeah.
I liked like her whole personality. It was so cool to see. So I really like the character. The character's really lovable.
Especially, what's her name? The costume, the superhero costume designer.
Edna.
Edna
is so amazing.
She was slate. She's late. Yeah.
She did
She's
slay.
an iconic character.
She is my favorite.
Yeah, like the way that they integrated like these different personalities in a family and how like they function. And I think a lot of people could relate to that, and I really like that about it.
Truly, like Violet, I could relate
Yeah.
to that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
the
I like
antisocialness.
Violet too. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so according to Bino, this was Pixar's first movie that starred only humans. That's crazy.
Wild.
That is
It is.
interesting.
Usually they wouldn't. Usually movies have like these
Different. They have fantastical like
Yeah.
features, right? Like usually Pixar movies, especially, they have like
Yeah.
mystical things.
Yeah.
But now it was just centered around humans.
I say it's not just it's half human.
Yeah, because
Okay,
they're superheroes too.
Superheroes are not human.
But they still have like human attributes and like, I guess. Okay, I get it. Okay,
Why are you?
don't look at me like that. I get it.
do we say they're partial humans?
I think so. They're like a
I wouldn't call
category of
them
human.
partial humans.
They're like a category. They're like subhuman. They're a category of subhuman.
Subhumans?
Yeah, they're not like exactly fully 100% human. You can't tell me that Violet, who can go invisible, is human.
And Dash is definitely
That
not
depends
human.
Are you
Okay.
able to?
That depends on your definition of human.
Ooh,
Are you human?
Yeah,
Okay, can you
but
go
if
invisible?
I was a superhero, I could also be a human.
You're not.
No,
human, though.
you're not human. You're
Humans
a
are us
superhuman.
right now. Here.
Okay, that's a superhuman. That's not a subhuman. That's superhuman.
Okay, well, there's not human. That's all I can say. Not
Yeah.
100%
So
human.
this
Okay,
fact
whatever.
has been proven wrong by us,
Yes.
Not by me though.
not by
I
every.
still stand by
But
it.
Sarah and Baz must stay on one
Yeah,
side. So,
and we're
yeah.
here for the entire podcast.
Exactly.
all
Okay,
of them.
So we're right. We're right.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so The Incredibles. After this debate, where do we rank it? I'd say
A 4?
a 4.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think a 4 is solid.
4 is
ranking for it.
appropriate.
Yeah, I think Incredibles was really amazing, honestly, overall. I think the franchise was really good and execution was amazing, so
4.
a 4 is a good place for it. All right, and now on to our next movie, which is Cars. On the way to the biggest race of his life, a hotshot rookie race car gets stranded in a rundown town and learns that winning isn't everything in life, and this was released in 2006.
I love Cars.
I disagree.
Me too. I
don't like either of you.
Now, to be fair, Abby and I have not watched it, just for the viewer, like listeners. Okay, we haven't watched it, but we are very adamant on saying that it's not that great.
You can't say that you don't like it if you haven't watched it.
I feel like if I did watch it, I still wouldn't like it. It's just Cars.
It's just
like,
Cars,
I know
yeah.
there's a story and there's a message, but like I don't think I could ever get into it.
I think so too.
Finding Nemo is just fish.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's fish. Cars, they have
Inanimate
doors.
objects.
They have doors. Like, what's in there? Their brains? Like, I don't know. Like, what
How
is
does the whole
happening?
anatomy work? Okay,
They're
Doesn't
your
make sense.
arms.
Doesn't make sense. Where's the brain?
Arms.
Where's
And
the
apparently
organs?
there's also like
In the engine.
Doesn't.
apparently there's also like cars like there's a World War II car. Does that imply like the history that's here also?
Like
is their
did
history?
all the wars?
Does that
and all
imply that their spaceships are also like alive and like? Does that
any
imply-
vehicle, any sort of vehicle, is that also alive, or
Like-
just cars, or like,
like-
where does the
I feel like there's a
Where's
lot
the
of
line?
holes. There's a lot of holes in the way that they built this world. There's a lot of holes in it.
I agree.
And there aren't any holes in the world of the Incredibles?
No, there's no holes at all.
There's
nothing.
God.
Could not find a single one.
Mhm.
I think the Cars, they ran out of ideas and they looked to the next best thing. They're like, oh, let's animate this car.
Yeah.
And
They animated toys.
yeah, but toys are like, like, okay, here's my thing, okay? When I was when I first saw it, like the release and everything, I did not find, like, even just like looking at it, just there was no interest.
It was not intriguing at all.
Zero
But
interest.
Like I do not want to like.
And I loved Cars as a kid. Like
Yeah.
Cars, like playing like
Mhm.
with Cars. I just did not like this
Well,
movie.
I didn't love playing with cars as a kid, but I did like the movie
Well,
Cars
we're just-
because the characters. Oh my god. Do you see the plot? Do you see the character development? You got pretentious Lightning McQueen, who's like all prissy. I'm in my race car. I am a race car.
Exactly.
Sorry. And I'm going in my truck to a beautiful Miami. I don't know, but it's a
Not
beautiful
memorable.
place. I watched it a few years ago, and I was
you
paying
would have
attention
remembered. You would have
to the
remembered where he's going.
visuals. To the visuals. I was paying attention to the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals, which is just a bunch of cars.
bunch of cars.
Yeah.
The scenery
Not
of
interesting.
of a place I do not remember, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
scenery I remember. I remember
And
like
also-
a desert
Yeah, everyone remembers the desert.
and the badly paved
Everyone
roads.
I'm sure there's at least one gas station in it.
And like they have roads and gas stations
Yeah.
and like maybe buildings and like who's building all that stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
like-
How can the cars what
Like
are they doing?
also, did the cars just take over humans? And like, was there
what happened to
dystopian? Like,
humans? Yeah.
there's so many.
Did they get
holes.
wiped out by the cars? Have you ever considered
Or
that?
did the humans turn into the cars?
Exactly. Was it a science experiment gone wrong? What happened? Basma?
It was the aliens. The aliens did
aliens.
it.
No Pixar
Because-
theories. No Pixar theories.
This isn't a Pixar theory. This is my theory. But The Cars is a beautiful film. It shows how Lightning McQueen developed from a pretentious car into a car who cares about others, an altruistic car. And these two humans beside me are
Okay.
completely denying his character development.
I think I can recognize that, there's some development, I can recognize that. But like I feel like that's a thing that you can find
Exactly.
any
They could have
Pixar
done that
movie.
with-
There's
yeah.
always character development. So it's not special.
It's just not special. It's just mid, like less than mid, like.
Less than mid? Are you
Yeah.
saying Cars is worse than Toy Story?
Yeah.
You're outnumbered.
Like I would rather watch Toy Story than Cars.
No way.
Mhm.
Cars has better animation, and I get that it's newer, but it has better animation. Therefore, Cars is the best Pixar movie of all time.
Wrong.
No.
But these two just aren't in their right minds right
Wrong.
now.
Mm-mm.
We agree to disagree. But according to Mental Floss, one of Lightning McQueen's character inspirations was Kid Rock. And that is surprising.
That's amazing,
Crazy.
actually. That's crazy.
Like,
That's,
I'll admit that.
Yeah, there's also another character inspiration was Muhammad Ali, which is quite remarkable.
Mhm, I
Wow.
think so too.
See, Lightning McQueen has Muhammad Ali's
Okay.
characteristics. You see?
No.
He's
No.
determined and hardworking.
You cannot convince me on this. No.
Well, I'm.
But cool fun fact. Thanks for that, though.
You're welcome. I say we put it at number 2.
Whoa!
No, that's
way
too
too
much.
high. That's
That
way too high.
is too much.
I'm saying, okay, 8.
6.
8 because it 8, okay?
6.
Let's make you happy.
I'm
8.
gonna write
8
6.
because it 8, okay? Let's make you happy. Yeah?
6.
I think 8, honestly. I think Toy Story is
6.
better.
Yeah.
You can't say you said it
You
dragged
can have one.
on. There's only 3
Yeah.
cars, and there
Cars
are
also
4
dragged on,
Toy
come on.
Stories.
But,
3
like,
cars, 4 Toy Stories.
Cars just kind
literally-
of disappeared, you know? After
Yeah.
the hype, it just, like, vanished.
Number 6.
8.
6.
8.
This
Well,
is a democracy. This is a democracy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
decided
it is.
before the podcast, so.
It's.
Yeah, it's a democracy.
I'm
2
the
to
one
1.
holding the pen, and therefore I can write it down.
Oh,
not anymore.
I have the pen now. I think it goes for 8.
I advocate for cars for the rest. I will for the rest of my life.
I think just like a better movie could deserve that 6.
Yeah,
spot,
exactly. I think so too. I think.
Oh yeah, we'll see what better movie you can put in that
Yeah,
spot.
we'll figure it out.
Fine, 8.
Hey, let's go.
Our next movie is Ratatouille. A rat who can cook makes an unusual alliance with a young kitchen worker at a famous Paris restaurant, and this movie was released in 2007.
Love this movie. Definitely Pixar's one of like their best movies
I
ever.
agree.
Yeah.
It is such a good movie. I remember this movie so much. Like I think I rewatched it like 10 times. It's so good.
Especially in school.
Exactly.
Like, we watched
yeah,
it
yeah.
a lot in school. I think Ratatouille, it got more famous a while after it was released. I think that's from what I've seen
Yeah.
with people, but it's almost a meme nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Remy the rat.
Remy the
Oh my
Rat.
He is almost a meme. It's
He
very
spiked
funny.
popularity for the movie.
He did. It's peak popularity right
Mhm.
now.
A question: what do you guys think was your favorite scene from the film?
My favorite scene. So there were all the rats in the kitchen, and I think they were attacking the food inspector who was like
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes,
one
I
of he
remember.
was like trying to figure out like, oh, these rats are in the kitchen. I could report the kitchen because I think he was a chef before and he was like kicked out.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then the rats trapped him in
Just
the
attacked
cage.
him, yeah.
Yeah, just attacked him, and it was well deserved.
And I like how like the movie talks about like social status and like classism and how it's just represented in both Remy and the other guy. What's
The human.
the human?
The human dude, the curly hair human.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
we all
human.
know.
And
we
like
all know.
the way like it doesn't matter like how much talent you might have, the world will always put you down if you're like not rich enough or not high up in status because he's a rat, right? And the way that they depicted it, the way that anyone like that who has a low status would be treated like a rat and how they played on that, and I liked how they did that. So yeah, it's a great movie with a great
I like
message.
this
Yeah.
analysis.
I really like that. I really agree. Like it has a lot of bigger messages in it, like upon like first glance, and I think that was really cool of Pixar to do.
We all know that Remy's our favorite character, but who's your
Yeah.
second favorite character?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, I think I don't remember her name, but it was the woman. The woman.
I know who you're talking
really
about. I was
liked
gonna say
her.
the same thing. Yeah.
Was
She
it
was
short
super
hair?
cool. Short hair, yeah.
Colette?
Colette,
Was that
maybe.
her
I
name?
think so.
Maybe.
Something along
perhaps.
those lines.
We don't know names,
but-
but yeah, her.
Her, we love her. She was so cool. I really like. When I was
Yeah.
first watching it, I was like, wow, I really like her. She's so cool.
Mhm.
Right? She has a motorcycle.
I know, like,
she has like
even
this
the
aura
motorcycles-
about her.
We love
Yeah,
It was
she
amazing.
is just she's focused and determined and she knows what she wants and we respect that.
Exactly. And I really, question for you guys. How exactly does the mechanic of like the hair controlling the rest of the human work? I mean, that was my
Yes.
biggest question when I first watched it.
That is questionable, but I feel like we can put that aside. You know, I feel like that's just a little.
Oh, because it makes more sense than cars.
Yeah, it does.
It does actually make more sense than cars.
Of course.
Also, like another hot take, like at the end, Remy, he's still like working behind the scenes, and like that's like a thing, like right, like he isn't like up and center, and that's another like thing that's kind of questionable. And they try to like maybe I'm overanalyzing, but are they trying to show us that like no matter like how like people are helping you or how much you've worked hard, it's still behind the scenes.
Like your efforts are kind of futile in the end. I think so, yeah. I think there was some sort of like degree of that. I guess there's also the physical aspect of him being a rat.
I believe these two literary genius literary minds are over analyzing, and I agree with the second part of what Sarah said. He's a rat.
He is a rat.
Yeah, he's a rat.
Thinking.
I am thinking about that. My
that was-
LA brain just.
But that was a choice that they made.
He did get some fame in the end, though, didn't he?
I believe he did.
Yeah,
Because
I think
yeah.
the critic knew that the rat was
Mhm.
behind it, so
Yeah.
he like looked up and he was
I'm
like,
pretty sure he met the
critic.
he did meet. Did he
I
meet the
think
critic?
so.
Yeah.
I think he was like, I want to see the chef, and then the man came out, and he was like, no, not you.
Not you.
Let me see
Not
the
you.
chef.
Let
And
me
then they
see the
plopped down a
rats.
rat in front of him. I mean, I
He's
would have
like-
screamed, but that's okay. That's just me.
I don't know. I've never seen a rat.
You've never seen a rat?
Not a real
I mean,
one.
have you seen a rat?
Yeah.
I've seen mice, but not a rat.
Yeah, I've seen mice, but not a rat, because rats don't exist here.
They don't? Oh, they don't.
In Alberta.
I haven't seen one here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. So, fun fact, according to Slash Film, to save on time, the artists at Pixar skipped one detail. None of the human characters have any toes.
What?
I mean, how would we know?
I mean, no one was paying attention. But like,
not to the toes, but
are any of them like barefoot, or like what did they intentionally
I
leave
don't
out any
think-
like foot scenes? Like,
they had like shoe scenes.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
remember
if
the
they're
foot.
animating with like shoes, you wouldn't like draw like the feet in the
and
shoes.
then put the shoes on? Yeah.
yeah,
like,
you wouldn't do that. You
yeah,
just put on
just draw
the
the
shoes.
shoe,
That's
right?
an interesting pair of shoes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe,
I mean, it's fascinating nonetheless.
Maybe if someone like looked at the shoe and noticed that like the shoe was a bit shorter than
Then like a
shorter
typical-
proportionally
guess.
to like
yeah.
actual human shoes, perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
We'll never know.
I get the artists. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you
They
just
need to
wanna
cut.
draw
I
toes.
know they have a lot. of
We have
work left for them.
deadlines.
Yeah.
Deadlines.
Overworked.
Overworked animators.
Exactly.
Agreed. Okay, so where do we rank this?
I think it's definitely the top three.
Top three for sure.
I'm
One
thinking
or
number two. Yeah.
Number two. Okay.
Two. We all agree?
Yeah. Number two.
I think this is a pretty easy, like, yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. I think we reach a consensus.
Reach a consensus.
Finally.
Hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. If you want to continue listening, check out part 2 to hear more passionate discussions about Pixar's most iconic movies. See you there.